Hello everybody and welcome to A Cat Among Books. Now in my last video I explained that I was starting a new channel and unfortunately that's just not going to work out. I've decided to stay with the channel that I have and I'm going to focus still on books, but I'm going to also focus on movies I've been watching and an assortment of other things. I'll just surprise you. I'll just put whatever interests me on there and hope that you'll find it interesting. Okay, so for this video I am going to show you what I got for my birthday as gifts from my husband and also gifts that I purchased myself. So as far as the birthday books go, I have What You Left Behind by Jessica Verde. And she's written a couple other books. I don't have them in front of me. And anyway, I'm sorry. I'm droning on here. Anyway, I read a little bit, but I'm going to put it down and focus on some other books right now. Her other two books are also YA contemporary. The first book deals with a girl that discovers that she, after having spent the night with a stranger, she has HIV. And she just, deals with that and everything, and her two fathers. It's a really good story about dealing with the disease and everything, all the complications she has with her friends and a love interest and everything along the way, and just coping with that. But getting back to this book, What You Left Behind, actually deals with a young man who is going to be starting his senior year in high school. He has a little girl named Hope, about 6 months old, and his girlfriend, who he had gotten pregnant, she actually, she had cancer, and he accidentally knocks her up, and she is unable to continue with chemo because she wants to carry the baby to term. And the main character, Ryden, wants her to get an abortion. Her parents want her to get an abortion, but she says, no, I'm not going to do that. So unfortunately she does pass away. So Ryden and his mother are trying to take care of Hope. And right now I'm at the point where he is deciding what to do with her because his mother works, he's going to be starting school, and he is also a varsity soccer player. So he's already applied to a college that wants him on their soccer team. So right now he's just looking for somebody who can watch Hope so he can do his soccer training and everything like that. So it's a good book. I just kind of stopped it right now because I'm on an Ellen Hopkins kick. And I'm reading one of her books right now, and I've kind of been sucked into that. Unfortunately, for the month of August, I only read 2 books, and usually I read more than that, but I have been in such a reading slump. I've actually started to get into watching more movies than reading at the moment. So, okay, moving on to the next book. And these are all ones I have not read. Somewhere There Is a Sun by Michael Gruenbaum with Todd Hessek-Lowy. I'm sorry, I probably butchered the heck out of these names, but I apologize. This is a memoir about a young man during the time of the Holocaust. And I've been into books regarding the Holocaust and stuff just because I have an interest in it. And I'm looking forward to reading this book and this young man's journey of what he has to overcome. The next book I have to show you is by Huntley Fitzpatrick, and this is a sequel to My Life Next Door. This deals with 2 characters, Tim and Alice, and they are side characters from My Life Next Door. I've had many problems in the past with book series that put out a book featuring side characters. For example, Dangerous Creatures that features Ridley and Link by Kami Garcia and Margaret Stohl. I feel honestly in a lot of ways that doesn't always work. I'm hoping that maybe this one will, because I really enjoyed Tim's character and the transformation that he goes through. I didn't really know too much about Alice other than I guess she's studying to be a nurse. But I'm looking forward to reading it. Another thing with other books, I loved the Mercy Falls series, and they came out with a book called Sinner, and that features Cole and Isabel, two side characters. I don't know whether fans request these books to be made, or do they feel that these side characters need to have their own book series or book. I'm not feeling it with some of these. Some of these people, they're side characters for a reason. Do they really need their own book? Are they that interesting that maybe they could just have a novella about them? Why do they gotta have a whole book? My next book that I wanted to talk to you about, and I am a little bit saddened by this. Actually, I'm a lot saddened by this. Colleen Hooke's Reawakened. The last book she wrote was Tiger's Destiny, and that came out in 2012. 3 years later, we've been waiting patiently. I've been waiting patiently. Other people, I'm sure, have been waiting patiently and extremely excited for this book. I started it, and I stopped. I think when authors go from one different genre to another, it can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. Unfortunately, with this main character, her name is Liliana, and she goes to the Metropolitan Museum of Art one day and discovers this Egyptian prince. The synopsis alone had intrigued me. Similar type of plot to Tiger's Curse, where this evildoer, they gotta break this curse and go through all these challenges. And I'm just like, okay, this sounds interesting. This character, Liliana, is so far away from Colleen Hooke's character, Kelsey, in the Tiger's Curse series. Which I understand you two people are different. This girl, I could not relate to her at all. She's kinda, I shouldn't say wholly stuck up, but she comes from a family has money. She dresses to impress. Her parents are all about connections. She's got a lifetime pass to this museum. I'm just not feeling it, and I feel a little let down. I may try to get into it later down the road, and maybe my opinion will change. My opinion will change. But as for right now, I can't wait until Colleen Hooke goes back to the Tiger's Curse series and starts Tiger's Dream so we can have that book. I was so bothered by this that I was going to actually take this book back to Barnes & Noble, get my money back. You know, but this was a birthday book. This is, my husband gave this, well, I bought it myself and he gave this book to me. But yeah, so I'm just gonna put it on the shelf for a while and maybe hopefully one day come back to it. Or if I read it completely and don't like it, then I will just take it to Schuler's. Okay, the last book I have to show you is the sequel to The Diviners, The Layer of Dreams by Libba Bray. Now, I have not finished all of The Diviners. Actually, it's an interesting story I have to tell you. I started reading the book, probably got maybe a couple hundred pages into it. And then I started having bad dreams about that Naughty John guy. Ugh. Some of the scenes in there, and I wasn't even halfway through the book, and it creeped me out. And I started having nightmares. I'm like, you know what? Take this book to Schuler's, getting it out of the house. Because it's like, this guy is a serial killer type dude. I mean, everyone who's read this book would know that. There are just some things that my poor, tender mind can't handle. But I'm like, keeps pulling at me. This book keeps pulling at me because I love the time period, 1920s. I love the character Evie. I like the two side characters. I think one's name is Sam. I don't know what the other guy's name is, but that pulled me to go out and rebuy the book again. So, because I want to hear about it. If I gotta skip over those creepy, icky pages about Dear John or Naughty John or whatever, then I'll do it. But I want to finish that book. It's got a lot of different characters in that book. But they all seem to possess a certain type of power. So that way I can read Layer of Dreams. Now, I know that people seem to probably have trouble with this cover or trouble with the original, not the original, but here, let me get it. Here we go. Okay. This is the paperback of The Diviners. A lot of people prefer the hardcover edition that's just got like an eye and then all these symbols around it. Me, I like this one. I like it because it represents the 1920s. It's got the bridge, it's got this girl who's got this ominous glow around her, so you can tell, okay, there's something about her. And then it's probably got these two dudes here that are currently in her life at the moment. I don't know if they're both going to be love interests or anything. Anyway, I don't want to, I'm going on here. I like it. That is what intrigued me to the book to begin with, was the picture. And then the synopsis. So, with that being said, those are my birthday books. Now, I'm going to show you what I bought for myself for my birthday. First up, the complete series of The Brady Bunch. Now, I probably watched some of the episodes in syndication growing up on television before I had cable. I'm like, I got a great deal on this. It was like 49 bucks, 44 bucks at Walmart. Really great deal. Simple cases. I'm like, and it's got some really cool special features. I already watched the audio commentary with Barry Williams, Christopher Knight, and Susan Olsen, who played Greg, Peter, and Cindy. It's really informative to hear about what happened behind the scenes or even during the filming on the show. And I just thought, you know, I want to get into the Brady Bunch. I want to watch it from the beginning and watch the characters as they progress in life and grow. So, and it was the price that really sold me too. Like, that is a heck of a deal. Okay, the next one I have to show you is the complete series of Full House. And it's kind of funny because whenever I would see it in the store, I'd be with my husband in the store. He's like, I bet you're going to buy that one day. I'm like, no, I'm not going to buy that. I mean, come on. You can watch it on TV on Nick at Night whenever because it's on all the time. Well, I found it at Walmart for $49. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to buy it. I'm just going to get it. Because believe these are the uncut full episodes. That way I can watch any episode from any season that I want whenever I want. So, that is that. I figured while I'm here, why don't I show you the books that I got with some of my birthday money yesterday. So, I have Una Lamarche, I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering her name, with Don't Fail Me Now. That's her newest book. the next book I have to show you, I actually have in hardcover, which I'll be getting rid of and I chose this because it's a new cover, paperback, and I just like the cover, and it makes this book look that much more intriguing. And that book's probably been sitting on my shelf for probably a year and a half. Like No Other. I like this cover. It's cool. It shows the pictures that makes you think, hey, I want to get to know these people. They look like they're having a great time. So, the last book I have to show you, I went into the children's and middle grade section at Barnes & Noble. And I have The Evolution of Calpurnia Tate. I guess she just had a new book come out. It's the sequel, which I'll check out. This is by Jacqueline Kelly. And, oh, it's also a Newbery Honor book. I think it's going to be interesting. So I think it's about a little young girl in the South living with her family, all these misadventures. She's probably going to be about, I don't know, maybe 9. During 1899. Oh my gosh, that is on the cusp of the 1900s. So they're going from the 19th century to the 20th century, maybe? Yeah, I think that's how it goes, because we're in the 21st century now. So, with that, I bid you all adieu, and if you're still watching and subscribing to me, thank you so much. So much. Because you people out there as my subscribers, I know I vanished for a while, and I sincerely apologize for that. So, I hope everyone has a wonderful and safe Labor Day. Stay safe out there. Have a good time. If you have a grill, this is the weekend. According to my husband, you have to grill. If you have a grill, make some steak, stuffed hamburgers, bacon, cheese, stuffed hamburgers. Oh my gosh. Very good. I think I started doing that last year when we first bought our grill. Take a swim. It's hot here in Michigan. I live in Michigan, and it's 80 freaking degrees outside. Let me tell you, I'm kind of ready for fall. I am ready for fall. Big time. I mean, I love summer, but when it's hot like this, and I work in a factory type setting, or I'm just like factory. I work in a factory. Hotter than Hades when it's 80 degrees. Pass-outable weather. Pass-outable, just, bleh. I mean, if there were no windows in there, I'd probably be passed out. It gets that warm with those machines. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna leave you all at that. Like I said, have a wonderful Labor Day. Subscribe to me. I'm going to try to post a video once a week. My next video, I think I want to tell you about this 80s movies kick that I've been on lately, and tell you about some of the movies that I have been watching. Alrighty, bid you adieu. Have a wonderful weekend. Goodbye.